Okay, recording. All right, let's go ahead and take some questions from folks. We'll send a request to you to unmute. And as soon as we do, then we'll go ahead and introduce yourself and we will get going from there. So Sue, I'm sending you a request to unmute. Sue, you're unmuted. Go ahead and talk.
I don't have a question. I don't know why you think I do.
That's fine. We're just going through anybody who does have questions. So if you don't, we'll move on to the next person. Thank you.
I don't have a question.
That's fine. All right. So I just sent a request to Nordrum. Did you have anything that you wanted to add to this evening or have any questions you'd like to ask?
I do have a question. Can you tell me about how much time you can expect the writer to save on the FX2?
We're having a hard time hearing you. You're a little bit distorted. Can you repeat that?
I'm on the bus. Can you tell me about how much time a party might expect to save riding the FX2? How much time?
So you were asking about the line 2 division and how much time would be saved with that project. Is that right?
Correct.
Coral, what do you think? Go ahead and unmute.
Great, that's a great question. I think Luke in planning might have the better answer for that one. And then if not, I have an answer that's a more general answer, but Luke might have a more specific.
Awesome. So I think I would just caveat any of what we're working on is that COVID has impacted the traffic levels and some of the expected savings we're going to see. We're still working on finalizing the individual schedules. I think Coral has a project estimate for how much savings.
Yes, the project estimate that we have is roughly 20% faster service, which would get from Gresham to downtown in roughly about 14 minutes faster, 12 to 14 minutes faster than the current line 2.
Does that answer your question? I'm going to ask you to unmute.
Yes, thank you.
Welcome. Thank you. So now I'm going to send a request to unmute for Kathy Ann. Did you have any questions for us? Kathy Ann, I'm sending you. There you go.
Hi, I was trying to put it in chat, but I just wondered if there would be, if there were any plans to have a route through Ladd's Addition in the future.
Luke, what do you think?
I'm sorry.
Good question. I'm not aware of any current plans to bring service back to Ladd's Addition if the proposal is approved to move line 10 from Ladd's Addition to 7th.
Thank you, Luke. I'm going to send a request to April Bertelson. April, if you have anything that you want to share with us, please go ahead and as soon as you unmute.
Hello, Clay. Thank you. I am here to listen for others, so no questions at this time. Thank you.
Thank you, April. All right, and Julian, did you have any a question for us? No? Okay. So we'll send the next request to Cianara, I think, if I hope I pronounced that correctly. So I'm going to send you.
Cianara, yeah. Okay. Yeah. 2 questions. First of all, will we have weekend and night service on the 10 then? Because the fact that we don't have it now is severely lacking. And will the bus stops in front of the New Seasons at Southeast Division and 20th and across the street at Southeast Division and Lad be reinstated for the new division route you're proposing?
Sure. So for the service levels, our current proposal is to add weekend service to line 10 and then to look at opportunities to increase the frequency during the day.
And
for the
evening too,
stop
because-
location.
Mhm.
And we're still finalizing the stop locations, and our plan is to share more detailed information on them in our second round of outreach that'll be in early of next year.
Thank you.
Thomas, go ahead.
Yeah, so the original division project plan called for widening division east of 82nd, which it has. But that never was an express route from downtown to Gresham with no stops in it. It never was that. Okay, and now you're saying it won't be a number 2, it'll be an effects route. So how do you square that up?
So widening east of 82nd, one of the big things that we're actually doing, it's not necessarily widening, we're working within the existing street. And what we are doing is we're consolidating the stops east, actually the entire route, to help us gain that efficiency, getting us from Gresham to downtown. The FX is actually a level of service that's new to TriMet. So it's pretty exciting that we're going to have 60-foot buses running along this corridor, being able to have that additional capacity with multiple door boarding, and then being able to get our passengers on the bus and off the bus quickly and efficiently. So we are gaining some additional time there. So that's what FX service is, and that's what we're bringing on division. And, you know, no, you're correct. It was never an express route when we had it. It was definitely one of our workhorses. It had carried a large number of our passengers through that corridor. So that's why we're looking at adding the additional capacity. The FX will help bring people in there quicker, even not just that full length of travel between Gresham and downtown Portland, but even the midway travels, like those that are traveling from 82nd to 122nd. You know, you'll have more faster service getting you through, being able to have a seat. Many of our riders got passed up when the line 2 with the existing capacity.
So what's the name of is it still route number 2?
No, part of the proposed changes for this is it'll be called the FX division, and that'll be the new route.
Okay. That kind of answers it, sort of. Yeah, okay.
If you have any more questions, let us know for sure.
Oh, I do.
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
No, I do, because look at the map, the map on your website, it's inner southeast and then it stops. So it looks
Yeah.
like you added a line that goes across I don't know what that bridge is, the Tillicum crossing. That's what it looks like. And then you're getting rid of everything from, I guess, Southeast 7th into downtown.
So that's where that interlining, that line 10 change comes into effect. The proposed route change, mostly what the map shows is that area that it's affecting with the line 10. Everything east of that, looking probably about 20th, that's on the map, that continues on east to down division into Gresham.
Okay, but west of that, west of all that, you're saying any of the division stops west of that are going to disappear?
That's where the line 10 is changing, and that's the route change that's going from, that's not going to serve Ladd's Addition. It's going to serve 7th Avenue.
No. I'm looking at the existing line 2, and I'm
Correct.
looking at the new proposed green one. So it looks like everything west, all those existing number 2 stops are going to go away.
Correct. They will be served by the line 10. So
So
you'd have to get off the FX, correct? You'd have to get off the FX service and get on the line 10.
okay, yeah, okay. That will cut down on trips to downtown Portland. Yeah, pretty sure that's a deal killer right there. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Thomas. We did have a question that came through on the chat, and this is from Melissa Johnston. She said she was just listening and was interested in hearing about service around Troutdale, especially increasing service to the industrial area. Of course, part of our proposal is a change to line 80, but Luke, is that something that you could address?
Sure, that's a great question. So we've recently increased service to the industrial area, and we're continuing to hear feedback to increase service to Amazon, FedEx in the Troutdale Industrial Park. And that's something that we'll continue to listen to, and we hope in the future to be able to increase service there if that remains a priority for our regional partners.
Great, thank you, Luke. And I'm going to send a request to Ezekiel to unmute and see if you have any questions for us.
No question.
Thank you. Let's see, looking for any others. Let me check the chat window, see if there's anything else there. No new attendees so far, so we'll wait and see if there's any others that that might come up. Kathy Ann did have a question. She was asking, how frequent will the number 10 service be on weekdays and weekends?
Yeah, that's a great question. We're still working on finalizing our schedules, and we hope to have more detailed information on the frequency level on weekdays and weekends when we bring our proposal back in early of next year.
Thank you. And Luke, while you're on, could you maybe give an explanation of the line 80 change? Something we haven't talked about yet, and I'd be happy to pull up the map if you want to do that.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind pulling up a map, that would be great.
Okay. And can you see that okay?
You can. So thanks for pulling that up, Clay. So this map shows our proposal for the line 80 route change. The dashed line shows the current route out to Glen Auto Park, and the solid line shows our proposed routing. So our proposal is to shorten the route, removing service from Glen Auto Park. This will help keep buses on time and then help right size the route to removing a lower ridership segment. So right now we're sharing this with the city of Troutdale. We're doing outreach and we'll be meeting with the Citizen Advisory Committee for the city of Troutdale next week. And we're gathering feedback on the proposal and then a little bit asking for feedback on the particular routing in downtown Troutdale. Our current proposal is showing it here on 2nd and Kibling.
All right, thank you, Luke. I'm going to stop sharing and see if we have anything else in chat. Kathy Ann said thank you. And that is any other questions we have. Let's see if anybody else has logged in. No other chat questions. Just going through my list to make sure I haven't missed anybody. Still about 10 minutes left, so if anybody else logs in, we'll get to their questions. And if anybody else who is currently in, if you have any questions, certainly send them through chat or just let me know if you'd like to unmute and we will go ahead and unmute you and we'll take another question from you. Luke, while we're doing this, why don't I bring up the line 10 map, and that might make it easier. And you can kind of go through that one as well. I think it might be helpful for folks.
That sounds great. Thanks, Clay. So our proposal for line 10 is a proposal to change the route and to pull the route out of Ladd's Addition on Southeast Ladd Avenue and instead have it serve Southeast 7th and then continue on Division. This will continue to provide service on Southeast 7th to some of the industrial areas there and some of the job centers, especially the Goodwill. Part of the reason we're looking at doing this is that proposal for FX with it taking over the service for line 2 means that with FX extending down the mall and providing service across Tillicum Crossing, we'll no longer have line 2 service on Southeast 7th. So to make sure we maintain that service, we're proposing to move line 10. And as I mentioned earlier, we're also looking at adding weekend service to line 10 and increasing frequency during the day.
Wonderful. Thank you, Luke. Let's see if anybody else is in chat. No other chat questions right now. So we'll be going until 5:30, so a few more minutes. If anybody else logs in, we'll definitely take their questions. Otherwise, we'll be done at 5:30. And for those of you who have any additional questions after this, you can go to trimet.org/plan, and you can see the outline of the route changes and what we're proposing. And also you can leave comments there, and you can leave as many comments as you want. If you want to come back later on and provide more comments, you can certainly do that. And then also the deadline for comments is November 14th. So if you'd like to send us some comments, please do so before or on November 14th, and we'll make sure they're included in all of our comments. We will have a second round of outreach on this, probably January or February of next year. And so you'll have a second opportunity to comment on this and also see if there's any updates or changes to the proposals.
Maybe you already answered this, but when does the FX service go into effect?
FX service goes into effect September of 2022. So along with the fall changes is when we're going to see the new service go into effect.
Good. I'll wait as long as I can. I don't
Well,
like-
you'll start seeing some of the buses out there. We'll be training those new buses with the new green FX branding and the 3-door boarding. So you'll see it as we're training and getting ready to prepare for opening in February. I'm sorry, fall of September of 2022.
Okay.
I got a little excited ahead of myself. February, no.
Yeah, so it'll be very similar to a launch of a Max line because it is really a much improved service to get people where they want to go faster. So it might not be as big as a Max line opening, but it is very similar because we're moving people much faster over a great distance. So so we want to make sure everybody knows about it.
We live on 35th Place, just off of Division, and my son feels that this will be a great improvement to the traffic along Division Street. I'm not convinced, but you'll see. We'll all see if we're still around.
Yes.
Well, it'll be really exciting. With the new buses come new improved like traffic signals. So the buses are going to get priority going through signals. So we're going to be able to go through the signal, through the intersection quicker, more efficiently. They'll hold it for us. So it'll be a quicker ride, and getting more people on it is what our plan is.
We have about 5 minutes left, about 4 minutes. So if anybody else has any questions, please let me know. If there's any resources that you're looking for on this, happy to point you in the right direction. As you know, for Division Transit Project, they have their own website. And Coral, I think it's just divisiontransitproject.com or what is the actual?
No, it's at trimet.org/division.
There we go.
Yes. So it has all the information about the new service, when we're opening, and then we update that with most recent information. So if you want to know more about it, take a look at the website.
Cool.
Thank you, Luke.
And Kathy, I just sent you a request to unmute. If you have any questions, go ahead.
No, thank you right now, but thanks for asking.
Sure. We just went through all the the proposals. And so just so that you know, you can go to trimet.org/plan and see the maps and description of the changes. And also a big old green comment button where you can leave comments, as many as you like. And our comment deadline is November 14th. So if you haven't commented already, you can leave your comments there.
Great. Thank you so much.
You bet. I'll take a look at chat here and see if there's anything else that's come up. Okay. Looks like excitement about the FX service. Luke and Coral, maybe Luke, you might be able to answer this question. It's kind of, I thought maybe some people might be interested. The FX service, is that something that we want to expand in other areas, provide that in other locations? And I want to talk about, where exactly, but, it sounds like something we want to do.
I think part of that is really going to come from the community and what we hear and the feedback they have about opportunities to improve bus service. We know that other agencies across the country have done bus rapid transit, and it's been popular, and there's a request for more of it. So from my point of view, I think our work now is to make sure that we have a successful launch of FX, and then hear what the community says and look for more opportunities. Coral, anything you would add?
No, definitely second what you just said. I think we are hoping to have a really good launch of the FX brand and have it received really well from the community. There are corridors that Metro has identified as, transit corridors that we're looking at. We haven't quite determined what is the right fit, and FX can be part of that fit. It's in our toolbox and part of the tools that we use in order to help increase transit service in the area. So we are working with our partners, listening to the community, and then again, Division FX is the first piece of that service, and so we really want to make sure that goes off well.
Thank you, Coral. So we just have 1 minute left, and so if there's any other questions, please put them in chat or just let me know. Just can let me know. We can unmute yourself and go ahead and speak. And again, if you have any other questions or something comes up, TriMet.org/plan is the best place to go to leave comments and get more information. And on that webpage, you can find out about other projects that we're working on as well, specifically our Red Line project that will improve service from the airport. So take a look at that, and you can leave comments about that or anything else that you like. And so it's 5:30 now. And so I don't see anybody else who has logged in, no chat. Great. Well, thank you, everybody. I appreciate your showing and coming to bring some questions about these proposals. It's been fantastic to hear what you're thinking, and especially about what you're thinking about the proposals and especially the new FX service. So again, TriMet.org/plan is your location to go to leave comments and get more information. And November 14th is our comment deadline. So again, thank you very much and have a great evening, folks. Bye-bye.
Thank you.